God and Mammon, and why, uh, you know, you should serve God and not Mammon, because God is your default. God is your love energy, the energy you were born with. Okay, because you've never seen an angry baby, right? They're not born angry. Okay, life happens. Okay, so now we talk about the separation between the body and the spirit. Why? Because we teach you how to manifest things. Okay, now if you want to manifest good, you manifest good. You want to manifest bad stuff, you can do that too. It's the same thing. It's the conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. Your subconscious is the book of life. It's your book of life. It holds everything you've ever done, everything you've ever said, everything you've ever heard. Okay, now you can access your subconscious. You can ask your subconscious questions and it will answer you. It is obligated to answer you. Okay? So, why are we talking about God and Mammon? Because you live in an illusion. Okay? Gautama Buddha talked about that illusion. He said, the man who sees life as an illusion escapes suffering. What was he talking about? He was talking about mental suffering. Why? Because there's this illusion placed before you. Okay, Jesus Christ said the same thing. He was talking about the same thing. He said it in a different way. Okay? But with Jesus, Jesus also said, right, I will be with you until the end of the world. He wasn't talking about the end of the planet. He wasn't talking about the planet blowing up. He wasn't talking about any of that. He was talking about, the original text is, I will be with you until the end of these systems of things. And this is what we're seeing in the world right now. And there's a lot of fear in the world right now. And I see a lot of people because of fear, because of anxiety. Okay? And I get rid of it in them. Okay, how do I do this? Affirmations, meditation, vocalization, and visualization. Okay? You can put my name in any browser, in any AI, and put teaching method, and it will tell you all about it. Okay? But we're going to continue to articulate this so that you get it really clear on what's really being said about the body and the spirit, about what it really is, and about how you have that ability in here because the kingdom is within. Jesus Christ said the kingdom is within. He said the kingdom is within so that you don't go without, so that you access in here and not the illusion. Okay? The illusion is everything man made. The reality is everything God made. Okay, God made this one. God made you. Okay, the kingdom is within. You have that ability. You have the ability to draw to you what is yours and what is your life path, because it unfolds like this. Your life unfolds like this. It does not go like this. Okay, dodging bullets and dodging villains, and that's in cartoons and movies. Okay, that's not you as a human being. Okay, your life path unfolds like this. Only doubt and fear stop it or slow it down. Okay, now it won't necessarily stop it, but it will slow down like this, and you will watch the tide go out. You will watch your manifestation slow down. You will watch your natural abilities to attract the things you want in your life. You will slow it down. Sarah is one of my clients, and Sarah is, good morning, Jay. And Sarah is, we have a chat on this side over here, and Sarah is one of my clients, and Sarah has already experienced this clearing, okay? This clearing of anxiety, of overthinking, this grounding that happens with confidence. I've been doing this for 37 years, okay? Confidence is at the core. Why is confidence at the core? Because confidence is the way you were born before life happened, before you learned to worry, before you learned to be fearful, before things happened. Can you clear this? Yeah, you can clear it. Sure. Does it come back? Yeah, it comes back. That's why you need to do maintenance. Affirmations, meditation, vocalization, visualization. Okay? And prayer is part of the asking process when you pray. Okay, so we're not here to do church. We're not here to do those things. But I will explain some of this because I have a lot of Christian followers. And my Christian followers are being subjected to a lot of fear now. Okay, but fear when your life path is going like this and it's unfolding for you, fear just takes your life path and pushes it over here. And it's these systems of things that Jesus Christ was talking about. Okay, so I'm going to talk about that because I'm familiar. Okay, I'm not familiar with Islam or other religions or that kind of thing. So, but these systems of things create your perception. And if these systems of things are making you fear, guess what happens? It's keeping you off balance. It's throwing you off balance. It's interfering with your life. Why? Because you're overthinking now. You're worried. So if we look at the negative vibrations, or let's call them negative emotions, okay, it starts with worry. Worry, I'm going to read it. I have a list over there, so I'm going to read it down. Worry, irritation, disappointment, criticism, anger, hate, boredom, envy, despair, grief, guilt, shame, and at the very bottom, fear. So we normally go in and out of these things. Fear is necessary, right? Because it tells us something is wrong. We've been over the human condition, right? We are born with fear bias, right? Negativity bias. Why is that? Well, it's for evolutionary purposes. So that we can spot the threat, so that we can spot things that are dangerous to us. Okay. In females, it's even more amplified. Everything is amplified in a female. Why? Because she bears young. So when we're talking about the body versus the spirit, God versus Mammon, okay, things become Mammon when you put your trust in it. Oh, I trust in the degree because it brings me money. I trust in the job because it, and then what happens when the job is gone? Oh my God, panic. Why? Well, because you weren't trusting in this first. You weren't trusting in here. You're not your body. You're not your name. You're that spirit that lives in here that belongs to God. The kingdom is within. God lives within. God doesn't live out there, up there. The only thing out there is nature and things from other people's in here. That's all that's out there. So Jesus was directing you inward. Okay, so is the body the enemy, the physical versus spiritual? It's not the body per se. Okay, it's the issue that you identify with the body as the thing, that you identify with the material thing as the thing. Whether it's a profession, whether it's a degree, whether it's a position, whatever it is. Okay? But when you put your faith in that, and this is not just for Christians, this is for everybody. When you put your faith out here, what are you putting your faith in? Someone else's idea, someone else's creation, someone else's. Okay? So what do you need to rely on? You need to rely on this. You are the highest intelligence on the planet. Don't confuse that with education. I teach a lot of people, a lot of professionals. The majority of my clients are professionals. And in the professional world, it's very easy to start to align yourself with a position, with a title, with an occupation, with work. And then the work-life balance starts to get disrupted because work slowly creeps in, and what happens? Well, people try to catch up. And because they try to catch up, it creeps in more. So this is the 50 percentile. It starts to creep in like this. This represents the loss of workout time, the loss of me time, the loss of family time, the loss of quality time. Then what happens? Well, now you have an off balance. Now over here you got 40%. 40% free time, 40% me time, 40% family time, 60% work time. Is this required? No. People feel, okay, the key word is feel. Feel they need to do this. What's the solution? Get back in the gym, get back to doing, right? Take your life back and then move it center. It sounds easy, okay? It's not all that easy. Sounds easy, looks easy, right? Not always that easy. Because you have been conditioned into these beliefs. And these are the systems of things. Your body is the vessel that carries the spirit. Okay, but people look in the mirror every day. Pretty soon they begin identifying with the body. The spirit is awareness. You are awareness. In here, you are awareness. There's the conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. The superconscious represents awareness. So we have different people with different beliefs. That's fine. I'm not here to tell you what to believe or how to believe. But the opposition happens. The opposition to spirit, the opposition to awareness happens when you start forgetting who you are. Most people don't know who they are. Most people have no idea who they are. They just continue day to day, wake up, go to work, okay, what I call the mouse wheel. Sarah knows this. Sarah is experiencing this in real time with me. We just had a session yesterday. People are so grounded into the system, so cemented into the system. They're cemented here. It's only when you get pulled out of the box, then you're able to look back in the box, and then you go, oh, okay, I was in the box. Because you don't see it when you're in it. When you believe that you're only the body, okay, that's the left brain at work. That's the ego at work. Okay, the body, the ego, the status, the survival, the negativity. Right, Sarah? Yeah, there you go. Someone who just turned 20. Okay, stop believing everything you see in the physical world and question everything. Question everything. And go down some spiritual rabbit holes and check it out. Okay? So the conflict isn't the body, the physical body and the spirit. Okay? It's spirit versus ego. Because the ego places you in the belief of the physical, in the belief of the position, in the belief of the degree, in the belief of the car, in the belief of the house. Question everything. Follow the money. If you believe in money, and this is where Mammon, the definition of Mammon gets confused or, a little misconstrued. Because in Sunday school, okay, Sunday school knowledge, let's call it what it is. It's the belief in the story versus the belief in the intended meaning, which is why Jesus taught in parables. The modern day understanding is, oh, you can't believe in God and money. And then people wear it as a badge of, they wear poverty as a badge of honor. Oh, I'm poor, but I'm happy I'm poor because those rich people are evil. Okay, then they never become rich. Why? Well, because there's that belief in the subconscious. When you start expressing things like that, when you start expressing negativity, it goes into your subconscious because your subconscious is listening. It doesn't know, it doesn't judge, it doesn't know whether you're talking to your neighbor, your friend, or yourself. It doesn't know. It can't distinguish whether you're thinking it or you're speaking it. It can hear you when you speak it, but it can't distinguish right from wrong, good from bad. It's not like that. God doesn't judge either. That's a man made concept. We judge. We judge by our actions in the subconscious. So, what are you used to doing? Whatever you're used to doing, it's going into your subconscious more and more each time you do it. Is it easy to form good habits? Yeah, real easy. Affirmations, meditation, vocalization, visualization. It's this identification fixation. Okay, identifying with, right? And what else do we do? Well, I'm obsessed with that. You're obsessed with that. So that goes into your subconscious faster. Why? Well, obsession is emotion based. I'm obsessed with that. Now you do it more, and you do it more, and you do it more. Goes into your subconscious. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Can you change it? Of course you can change it. But first you have to see it for what it is. You have to see it for what the other side of it is. Does it serve you or does it not serve you? Does it waste your time? Oh, I'm obsessed with that game. I can't get enough of it. Every time I have time, I'm on the game. I'm doing the game. Okay. That's fine. But that game is taking your life. It's robbing your life. Taking your time. Your time is your life. Is this how you want to spend your life? If that's how you want to spend your life, that's fine. No problem. If you want to spend your life in fear, okay. But your life path will go like this. Nothing worked for me until I discovered these things. Thanks to my first mentor, who started explaining these things at 13 years old because he didn't want me to end up a casualty. And he saved me. How did he do that? Well, the first step was Bible study. Okay. Then after that, it was subconscious training. Because you have to take control of your mind, or someone else will. Or, let's say it another way, or the system of things will. This is what Jesus was talking about. Gautama Buddha was talking about it. Krishna was talking about it. They were all talking about it. All of them. It's the projection on humans. Because humans are very impressionable beings. So why is it that they say Satan rules the world? It's the physical world. It's the systems that control out of fear. Okay, they project fear onto you. If someone can keep you in fear, they can control your life. If someone can keep you fearing, okay, they are bullying you. And they can keep you like this, going like this, going like this, pushing you off the path. When I was young, I was bullied by adults. Adults. Which was actually a blessing. Because it taught me to fight back. It taught me to fight back because I didn't have any older brothers. I didn't have any siblings. It was just me. How did I fight them back? Did I just physically fight the adults? No. I fought them back from here. You have to start conditioning your mind. Conditioning your mind. When you condition your mind, you strengthen your mind. If you don't condition your mind, someone will condition it for you, okay? And it doesn't, there's so many systems of things, okay? There's the military industrial complex, the media industrial complex. the religious industrial complex. It goes on and on and on. But these things are necessary in the world. But you can be in the world and not of the world. You can walk by faith and not by sight. Because these things look away from the kingdom. Okay? And they look at things and they take you into that reality. And then you become about the title, about the occupation, about the car. Then you name the car, then you worship the car. Wow, I love this car, polish the car. Okay. I did that. My first brand new car, I did that. I named the car. After that, I came to my senses and I'm like, okay, it's just a car. But in my conditioning of cars, automobiles, I was always conditioned to buy a good used car. Okay. So I was conditioned from here like this. Okay. From when I was a child. It only took the first car to break the spell, to break the conditioning, okay, to break the projectioning of these things. And then what happened? Well, then it kind of just went like this. And ever since 2007, only one thing has been true. I always have new car smell. It doesn't mean I don't have to work hard for it. It doesn't mean I just cruise and, everything falls in my lap. No, I have to work hard for it. Oh, well, I work long. I don't work hard. I work long. You have a choice. You can design your life. Let me show you what that looks like. So you have to design your life from your subconscious. This is the new one that I'm working on. This is one that was just finished. Okay, these are affirmations. This is not journaling, okay? These are affirmations. Okay? They're affirmations. They're instructions for your subconscious. And they normally start out, I am so happy and grateful now that. Now that what? Now that I'm thinking positive. Thank you. Always express gratitude after the affirmation. Why is it so important to get this subconscious thingy right? Well, because you have a lot of things in here, in your subconscious, that are taught to you backwards. That are fear-based ideas from a fear-based system in a fear-based world of control. When you free your mind, you free your life. The prison is here. Okay, so it's not the planet that's the thing. It's the system of values based on fear. Okay, power, greed, separation, all of those things. Competition, ego, it's all ego. So the journey of Moses is actually surrendering the ego and moving over to the promised land, from the left hemisphere to the right hemisphere of the brain. If you're too involved in the story, you miss the whole thing. Okay, God lives in the right hemisphere of your brain. The left thinks it knows better, the ego, always. Okay? This is where you get lack and limitation from. Why? Because of the fear. I recently had a client who was a very, very prominent attorney. And she told me my whole career was based from fear, because I didn't want to be poor. So it was like push, because I didn't want to be poor. And by the time I was done with her, no fear. And she had chest pain. Every day after work in her car. She was like this. She had chest pain. Her chest physically hurt her. And we got rid of it through her voice. I've been doing this for 37 years. She just let it go. Okay? It wasn't a demon per se. If you want to look at the yin and yang and the dark versus light, yeah, it was dark. It was dark energy. But it was ideas in her subconscious. Once she changed her subconscious, the superconscious started working with her subconscious. The superconscious, consciousness, God, Jesus Christ, Allah. However you believe, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. Whatever you have faith in that is bigger than you. We are the microcosm of the macrocosm. We are all the same in here. When you read scriptures or holy writings or philosophy that says we are all one, that's what they're talking about. Awareness. We are all aware. Animals only have this one experience. That's it. We can observe ourselves. So what happens? Well, we start to critique ourselves because we know when we're doing something out of order, out of line, wrong. Okay? We know when we make a mistake and we hold it against ourselves eventually. Maybe not the first time. I'll give you an example. You go to the store, right? On the way out, you're looking at your receipt and it's shorted a couple of cents, and you look back and you see the line and the girl and you go, never mind. It's only a couple of cents. Now what happens? Probably nothing. Okay? Until the next time it happens. Then what happens? Then you look at the receipt again and you go, it's 10 cents this time. And you look back and because you don't want to confront the line. You don't want to confront anyone. It's not worth it for you. Okay? And what do? Well, in the old days, we said swallow it, eat it, whatever. Those things, those words. So you just eat it, you take it, you move on. But after a few of these, it goes into your subconscious, and what happens? Resentment. Why? Because you're sacrificing. Sacrifice breeds resentment. Because you're sacrificing each time. You're not sticking up for yourself each time. You're not going back in there, doing what you should do, what you're supposed to do, what you would like to do. But because of your confidence level, you go, that's okay. That's all right. I'll sacrifice the 5 cents, 2 cents, 3 cents, whatever it is. And eventually, guess what? You start holding it against yourself. Sacrifice breeds resentment. Resentment is like a small, tiny little amount of anger inside. This is why forgiveness is divine. This is why forgiveness is necessary. It's so that you can free yourself from this little tiny little energetic thing called anger that's down in here. And it only comes up when you what? Get triggered. Then what? Oh, then it comes out, right? Then boom. And sometimes it's another person who's innocent, maybe made a mistake, but they trigger that and boom, because it happened before, because it's still, underneath everything. This is why they call the subconscious subconscious. It's underneath. Your subconscious can make you angry, okay? It can make you resentful. You can start resenting all kinds of things. You don't have to sacrifice. It can make you resentful. And what happens when that happens? All kinds of bad stuff. Like attracts like. Pretty soon, you're attracted to people that resent. You start sharing resentment. Oh yeah, this is, oh yeah, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, yeah, And then now you have a bunch of people like that. And everybody's subconscious experiences it more. And now there's agreement, right? Agreement, right? Whatever you engage with, you join. So, how do you free yourself from this? Well, vocalization is probably the fastest. The vocalization exercise. Good morning, Miss Sunshine. Nice to see you. Raza, good morning. And what happens? Well, the vocalization exercise pulls you into the moment. It also involves frequency that starts releasing hormones, oxytocin, endorphins. It raises your serotonin level. It increases GABA levels, lowers cortisol levels. And what does that do? It begins to free you from here. So we call those cycles because we make no medical claims. We don't call them treatments. We call them cycles. 4 1-hour cycles in a month will start to free you. By the third cycle, whoa, different. Sarah's already experiencing that. By the 4th month, you're good to go. 3 to 4 months. Some people 4 months because some people take longer. Some people's muscles don't kick in, don't develop as fast. So it depends on the individual. Everybody's different. I have one client that's actually starting an hour today that over the past couple of months have just gone boom, 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 like that. And her face looks happier. Her eyes, you can tell by the eyes. The eyes are the mirrors of the soul. The voice is the mirror of the feelings and emotions. Okay, so you can tell a lot about a person by the way their eyes look and the way their voice sounds. Okay? When there's fear, okay, just look at people. You see fear all over the place. Why? Well, fear is what's driving everything in the physical world. Fear is what makes people go to work. Okay? Fear is all over. But when you start operating from fear instead of from love, or let's say from relaxation, from confidence, however you want to say it, it becomes a regular thing in your subconscious. Big score. Over 500. Okay. All right. Everybody wave goodbye to Wouldn't Be Missing Much. So it's when you put your trust in whatever it is that's driving you. Okay. Oh, I need money. I need to make more money. I need to make more money. So you put the trust in the money. You put the trust in the mechanism that makes the money, in the degree that gets you the job that makes you the money. And now it's the job. And now it's the whatever it is. But when that becomes what you trust, in other words, you go, oh, never mind this then. Your faith is no longer in here. Your faith is in the credit card, it's in the bank, it's in the corporation, it's in the material thing. When you put your trust in it, it becomes Mammon. But in modern times, right? Mammon, and Mammon's root, Mammon's Semitic root is Amen. And it's tied to Amen because it represents faith. Amin, Amen, Amun, Amen. So it's not money per se. It's not money itself. Is money bad? No, not at all. Depends on how you use it. If you're using it for negative stuff, you're using it to hurt people, yeah, it's bad. Material things is that what Jesus said? You throw away all your stuff and then follow him? Well, we don't see Christians doing that, do we? That's not what it means. It's about breaking that connection, that identification with the material, with the money, with the thing, and putting it back here in the spirit. Your spirit is eternal. This is eternal. It doesn't stop. This dies. The body dies. This is going to get old. I won't be able to play my guitar one day. I won't be able to write affirmations anymore. I won't be able to hold my pen. And then I'll go. This will go. The energy goes. So the world is the collective human system. Okay? The human system of false values and illusions. What is that? Well, everything man-made. But you can touch it, right? So is it still an illusion? In the spiritual sense, yes, it is an illusion. Because that's not what will save you. That's not what will redeem you. That's not what will attract what you need for your life path and allow your life path to unfold. God knows your heart. What does that mean? God knows your subconscious. Okay? A belief is a thought you keep thinking. When you keep thinking it, it becomes a belief in your subconscious. The subconscious looks for confirmation and begins to produce actions. It forms your paradigm. Your paradigm is how you see the world, your attitude towards the world, based upon what you believe. Okay, so the tree, the roots of the tree, subconscious beliefs. Okay, the trunk of the tree, your paradigm, how you see the world, your attitude towards the world, then your actions that are produced by your paradigm up here, the fruits of the tree. You shall know them by their fruits, what they do. Never mind what they say. Talk is cheap. Okay? Watch what they do. The fruits turn into results. Can you do random actions and get random results? Yeah, sure. But if you want them to be consistent, okay, because the old adage, right? You keep doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting different results. That's crazy. That's the definition of insanity. So, consumerism, power systems, fear politics, manipulation, okay, material obsession is the key word. And that can be a video game, that can be money, that can be a Louis Vuitton bag, that can be a chainsaw, whatever, tools for a guy, whatever. It could be anything that you put your faith in. If you're a tree trimmer and that saw makes you a lot of money, you might start believing in it. It's a good thing to have, it's a good tool, but it's just a tool. That's all it is. And then there's status identity. I am that. I am the teacher. I am the doctor. I am the attorney. One of the chief complaints from executives is, I go to work all day. I spend the majority of my life at work. And I'm always addressed as the CEO, as the title. But what about me? What about me in here? So we have to separate them. We have to separate them from the conditioning. Bob Marley called it mental slavery. It's mental slavery, but you can't see it when you're in it. You have to be separated from it. Then you go, oh, okay. Do people lapse back into it? Yeah, because the systems are in place. The conditioning keeps going. Okay? So you come in, you do the session, we separate you, right? You feel good, oh, and you start to see. You start to see the truth, and the truth will set you free. Do you get captured again? Yeah, you get captured again. Why? Well, because you have a subconscious. Is it a ongoing thing you have to do? Yeah, you got to do maintenance. Because if you don't control your mind, somebody else will. It doesn't matter if it's a spouse, doesn't matter if it's a child. A little baby can control you. A little baby. Okay? Little babies understand things. I teach 3-year-olds. I see 3-year-olds work their grandparents. We're humans. We're highly intelligent beings. When you're involved in ego-driven survival behavior, it's very difficult to separate. It's very difficult once it's in your subconscious because it's wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat. So how do you separate from him? How do you separate from that? Affirmations, meditation, vocalization, visualization. Affirmations and prayer are asking. Affirmations are also instructions. The Indian philosopher Shanakwa said, your feelings are your God. What was he talking about? He was talking about when you feel good, you get good stuff. When you feel bad, you keep getting bad stuff. Why? Because like attracts like. It's the universal law of correspondence. Okay, whatever's in here, okay, you're thinking, a belief is a thought you keep thinking. You keep thinking about something that's, let's say, fearful, let's say, bad, let's say, whatever. That will dictate your mood. Why? Because you can't think a bad thought and feel good. Okay? Hi, Maria. Hey, Maria. Welcome back. Nice to see you. Thank you, thank you. It's impossible to do something good and get a bad result. It's impossible to do something bad and get a good result. I'm not here saying that you have to be a good person. I'm not here preaching morals. That's not what I'm doing. I'm teaching you how this one works. You use it accordingly. You can use this pen to write affirmations, or you could use this pen as a weapon. It all depends on how you use it. But when you are in survival mode, you need to be pulled out. Okay, if things are becoming a problem, okay, if overthinking is a problem, you need to pull yourself out. So the reason we're talking about God and Mammon is because too many people are putting their faith in the material-based systems. Too many people are throwing fear at others. Okay, love is the opposite of fear. Try throwing love at someone. See what happens. If systems, any system, is teaching you through fear, through guilt, through shame, it's not the system. Okay? If they're teaching something material, oh, this is what you need. You need to do this, you need to do that. This is the only way you can succeed. You have to get this degree, you have to do this, do this. Guess what? The kids are proving them wrong today. Why? Because they're just saying, nah, we don't care. We're just going to do what we do. Why is this? Because they've been brought up with tablets. They've been educated at a higher level. Okay, this is no longer the Industrial Revolution. This is no longer the plantation era. Okay, this is no longer factory mentality. The whole school process is factory education to prepare people for factories. It's obsolete. Now we know. We know that when you change this one in here, everything out here changes. The way people react to you changes. Everything changes. Everything. Hey, I Cooper, good morning. Welcome back. So, how do you want people to react to you? Well, change this one here. You know, when people tell me, well, you know, I don't know, my husband, he's always, you know, like this, like this, like this, and I can't get through to him. And I'm like, okay, don't react the same way. Try that. They try it, they come back, they go, guess what? Like, he totally turned around, he did a 180. I'm like, oh, interesting. It's like magic. But the magic is in here. The magic is your spirit. Your spirit belongs to God. God lives in here. Okay, so God, consciousness, okay, infinite intelligence, all of those things. Source for some of you. Okay, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. The illusion is that you are only physical. That's the illusion. Good example, our phones had to learn to use, no longer dial. Yeah, same. Yeah. So the world is changing. So if you don't change with the world, what happens? Oh, you get left behind. You get left in the dark. Okay, that's another thing. You get left in the dark. Pretty soon you don't understand anything. Oh, everything's online now. I don't understand anything. I used to work at this place, and when they first brought in computers to take over, I was fascinated. I was like, yeah, I want to learn this stuff. I want to learn this, right? And I'm a teacher. I've been teaching for 37 years. So I love learning. So I started learning, and there was this other guy. So two of us were learning. We were eager to learn, okay? But there was people a little older than us. Okay, the other guy was a little bit younger than me, but the other people were older than me. And they shut it out. And you could hear them down the hall because they got locked out, because something happened, because they needed somebody to come and help them, right? And they would be swearing and cussing and yelling, right? These damn computers, whatever, okay? And there's two ways that you can look at these things. I'm highly techy. People look at me and go, whoa, uncle, you know all that stuff? I mean, yeah. Because if you don't change with the world, you get left behind. Because the majority, okay, will move on. The minority will be left behind. But it's all how you think about the process. I'm currently teaching an 85-year-old man how to use and access his computer. It's going well. He's learning. Okay? He's learning in his own way, but he's learning. He's making progress. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him because he reached out. He goes, "Can you teach me how to do that? I need to learn how to do this." I'm like, "Sure." It's not difficult. It's based in logic. It's the next logical step. So if you look at the human being, right, like a computer, it's easier to understand. Okay, so your conscious mind, you only use it for 5% of your life. 5%, that's it. Okay? That's your operating system. That's your RAM. Okay? That's your processor. Your subconscious. This is your hard drive where the programs are stored. Okay? A belief is a thought you keep thinking. It gets programmed into your subconscious and then it starts to repeat. The superconscious is the network that we're all plugged into, the network of awareness. And in that awareness, you have power. You have the power to bring things to you. Sometimes I just think things. Sometimes I just do my affirmations and boom, there they are. I don't have to ask. I pray every day. Before I do a live, I say the Lord's Prayer. But I don't end it with amen. I end it in Jesus' name. Okay, that's just information. I'm not here pushing church. I'm not here pushing Bible. I'm not here pushing Jesus. That's up to you. But what I pray for is the ability to speak on things that will wake you up, that will make you go, oh, that's interesting. Oh, wow, yeah, I want to check into that. I want to research this. I want to research that. Because the world is too much, there's too much fear out here. Okay? The majority of my clients, my professional clients, cannot look people in the eye when they do business. They're afraid of people because they've been isolated. They've been isolated. Starts with tablets when they're very young, right? 4, 3, 5 years old, whatever. And they can't work with people. And they're full of anxiety. Why? Because this gives you anxiety. Okay? This amps you up. This starts giving you dopamine hits, right? Dopamine, boom, 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 boom. Pretty soon you can't sit still. Affirmations, meditation, vocalization, visualization. Your life will change. Why? Because the magic is in here. The magic is in here. You're not your body. You're not your name. You're that spirit that lives in here. When you start to identify with just the body, oh, this is just me. This is it. This is all I am. That's Mammon. That's Mammon. Okay? The opposition is not the physical body. You always hear preachers say that. Well, the body sins, the body this, the body that. It's the ego illusion, okay? The illusion that comes from ego that tells you you are just the body. Because now what has happened? Now God has been removed. Now you become Mammon. Now you worship Mammon because you recognize Mammon, because you no longer recognize the kingdom within. You no longer recognize your energy, your spirit, your soul that's from God. However you believe. Source, God, universe. The physical world is not evil. The body is not evil. Spirituality doesn't reject creation. Not at all. It embraces it. It is creation. But there's God-made and there's man-made. When you tune into the God-made, that's when you start receiving. And you need to give. I give time to a lot of clients. It's always been my business model. And guess what? I never run out of clients. Ever. Ever. All our reviews, if you look Here For You Life Coaching on Google, 5 stars. Every single one. Why? Because I work with spiritual beings. They don't understand their power because they've been drawn out here to the physical. Okay, you are just this. That's all you are. Right? They make you feel less than. Jesus Christ was trying to tell you the opposite. You are more than. You are more than enough. You are more than. You are more than anything. But you need to go within. You need to seek in here. Okay? Knock and the door shall open. You knock in here. This is eternal. You don't have to fear dying. Dying is, the body dies. That's it. We transition. Miss Sunshine, good morning. Okay. The world is a classroom. Awareness is the key. The body is sacred because it's the vessel for the spirit. So the word namaste, for example, means the divinity in me recognizes the divinity in you. In here, in me, recognizes the in there, in you. So when people want to, a lot of people say, oh, how can I attract the girl of my dreams? So I did that a lot. Start writing it down. Write down. What is she like? Oh, well, she has long hair. What color hair? Oh, long black hair. Okay, what color skin? Oh, she has olive skin. Okay, what color? You see. What education? Oh, she's a degree holder in whatever. And you start to write down these details, and guess what? God starts going, oh, you want this one? You want this one? You want that one? You want that one? If it's right, you accept. If it's not right, you allow it to leave. You allow it to pass. You can observe your thoughts, right? Okay? You don't have to engage with every thought, every negative thought, every positive thought. You can observe. So if you can observe your thoughts, if you can observe your emotions, who's doing the observing? Your awareness. When you engage, you join. You don't have to join. You can allow it to pass. Okay. Thank you, Jake. Jay is saying, see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining us today. That's my cue. So thank you for joining us today. We will continue our series. It lasts all week until Sunday. Okay. God and Mammon and why and what Mammon really is. Okay. Tomorrow we'll talk a little bit more about that, and we'll talk a little bit more about how and what to choose if you want to increase abundance in your life. Okay? Yep, 7 a.m. Hawaii time. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. I'll get that email to you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, I. Cooper. Nice to see you, Maria. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming.